All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are live talking about crypto gaming. Happy Monday. It's that time again. The juicers are here. Everybody's killing it, and we have a lot to cover because the crypto gaming bull market looking like it's assembling. Like everybody in the infantry, the crypto gaming infantry, all the communities coming together to attack the overall crypto industry. We will be the ultimate crypto altcoin industry. Nobody else. AI coins, lame. Liquidity coins, terrible. I don't care about them. You might as well go to the gulag. Everybody knows crypto gaming is where it's at. So yes, we're going to be touching base on this and more in this video. So if you enjoy, go ahead, smash the like button, subscribe. You know we go here every single Monday to Friday. And let's get right into it. Guys, we have a goal, okay? And this is our goal. Good morning, Isaiah. We have a goal here. We have a channel. I don't know if you knew this. A lot of you will know this, but some of you, the newbies, don't know this. We actually had an old channel. It was called Classy Crypto, and it had 30.8 thousand subscribers. It covered a lot about DeFi, but at some point last month, I decided to cut it off, take it to the gulag, ditch it, because I felt like crypto gaming was an industry that we would go all in on. Here's the problem, though. My Classy Crypto channel has more subscribers. How is that even possible? I don't know how that's possible. So smash the like button because we need to go ahead and pass it. We hit 21,000 subscribers, so we have 9,000 subs to go. We can do it. We will lead crypto gaming to new heights. What's good, Adam, Johnny, Metalex, everybody hopping into the chat today, guys. I'm pumped. Okay, and here's the thing. Before people say, oh, but it was coffee. The reason he's so hyped is because of coffee. I still have, okay, wait, maybe you can't see it that well. I've still got half of my coffee here. I haven't drank it all. So for everybody that goes, oh, but you're just cracked up on coffee, you've got that crackhead energy. Yes, I kind of do. I'm half C's right now, not full-on energy. So you can only imagine how I'm going to start feeling when I finish drinking this coffee. Anyway, let's get into the news today because there's a lot I want to cover. This is why I love doing this Monday to Friday. During the weekend, tons of things happen. It's low liquidity, so usually not a lot of movements happen. We were kind of shocked today. I'm not going to lie. We'll cover that, trust me. But here's the first thing I want to talk about. More than 75% of Web3 game projects that entered the market between 2018 and 2023 have either closed or are showing zero activity. This is by CoinGecko. And this is the funniest thing in the world because I love when people do this in the sense that they give information out there without a lot of context on how this compares to the traditional gaming industry. In fact, if you looked at how many crypto gaming projects are failing, which is the 75% number that we've gotten, this is over around a 2 to 3 year span, maybe even longer. I mean, we might be looking at a 5-year span. There are reports out there from mobile gaming industry launches that say, this is a very recent report too. This is by Superscale, a research team. They go ahead and conduct research on games, and the report is 83% of mobile games fail in the 3 years after launch. And this is even crazier. And this is something I want to touch base on because a lot of people will go off on projects if they don't end up finishing before their development cycle comes because of the many issues that people have. People don't understand that a lot of these crypto games don't have runways as long as people are thinking they have runways. If you're wondering what a runway is, it's how long a company can operate without going insolvent, aka running out of money. A lot of these projects don't have as much as you think they do. Obviously, now they're raising a lot more money because the crypto markets are up. But here's the thing. Superscale's research also finds 43% of games are dropped during development. That is a big astronomical number. How many crypto gaming projects have you seen that have quote-unquote rugged because they haven't finished during development? For the many reasons that may come. Probably not as many as you think. Most of them ship some sort of product. So if we look at the statistics here, it's probably supported that crypto gaming projects have more life cycle than regular gaming projects. And that's for obvious reasons. If they're raising money through the people, if they're raising a ton of money through VCs and all the interest in the crypto industry, plus the technology that enables so many more sales, it is supporting the fact that crypto gaming projects have more of a life cycle. It just makes sense. They raise a ton of money. Basically all of them, because an online game doesn't finish development. That's interesting. So all of them would be rugs. pretty much where we're at here as a community. How you doing, Lars? Amigo, you for sure haven't seen the crypto banter video. I haven't. What do you think about the GTA 6 trailer and what it will do to the gaming ecosystem? Maybe we could check it out. I'd love to check that out. I did see that it was going to drop today. I haven't actually seen it. I didn't know it was live just yet. I did see that their Instagram ended up pulling out that post. I don't know why that ended up happening in terms of Rockstar Games. I'm almost certain that crypto gaming will not have a token on Rockstar's release for obvious reasons. We're still too early in the cycle. It may be in the future, but I'm sure they'll have some kind of stock market component with the crypto markets on there. Maybe. Hopefully, right? Basically, all of them are rugs, right? You're not supposed to finish a game after development. And if we're even doing maybe some of the more conservative examples, that this doesn't even really have anything to do with crypto, how many indie games are successful? And here it is. 70% of all indie games are commercial failures. Of the 30% that are considered successful, only 7% of those games will generate enough revenue to fund a second project. And if you're wondering how much revenue is quote-unquote successful for an indie game, well, it is in the first month of release, they generated a net of $71,000. Keep in mind, they don't have a lot of devs. Totally different story from crypto. A lot of crypto gaming studios have way more devs. But there's a supportive argument to say that studios that are operating off of crypto do have more of a life cycle than regular gaming industries. Now, this isn't 100% supported, and the sample size is still small because of how small the crypto gaming industry still is, but I'm sure by the end of this bull market, we'll have a better pinpoint on what exactly is going on with the industry. But we'll see. How you doing, Adrian, by the way? Shout out to you. Let's talk about this. So this happened very recently. This is the Miranda Shipwreck sale. A lot of people are really iffy on, NFT sales in regards to GALA. Reasonably so. That's perfectly normal. A lot of people made money off of the Diamond NFT mystery boxes, and I've got a little bit of an update because we did a video very recently. This was, urgent, GALA Games opportunity, blah, blah, blah. We were talking about the Miranda's mystery boxes, the music token, and some of the problems that I'm seeing in GALA right now. The Shipwreck sale is going to be live today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. $150 is the sale for this thing. I'm almost 100% certain this is going to sell out because it's Miranda's. Miranda's is the most popular in the entire, GALA Games industry. Like, it's not even close. In the entire ecosystem, Miranda's is who we go to. So my thoughts on it is I'm not going to go too hard on these boxes. I saw this video from Masters of Materium that showed us the OpenSea profits per box. You're only going to have 949 boxes that are going to be profitable out of the 6,969. The odds of making a profit aren't the highest in the world. If you are, opening this and you're going ahead and doing several sample sizes, you might be lucky, you might not be lucky. This one, for example, that was profitable. This other one wasn't profitable. 39% of boxes, 13% of boxes. A more accurate depiction of this is probably going to be OpenSea bids, which OpenSea bids are, instantaneous. That's where most people are going to be taking their profit. And there are ways of making profit off of it, but usually speaking, it's going to be negative EV. So we'll see what ends up happening there. How you doing, C-Money? C-Money's all over the place on GALA. But yeah, so there's that. I want to talk about this. I really want to talk about this. I woke up and I nearly soiled my pants. Not literally. You know what? Let's just say literally for the meme. But 41,733 on Bitcoin, up 5% on the day. Are you missing out? Are you missing out on the bull market? Is this what's happening? Shrapnel's flying? I said it was going to fly. I told everyone that shrapnel was going to fly. It's up 13% on the day. It's up more than this. What am I talking about 13%? It's up like 20%. This thing has been killing it in the markets. There is a bit of an arbitrage opportunity right now on their shrapnel operators. Last time I checked, these were at 0.22-ish ETH, and they're still around this. So there's definitely some sort of arbitrage here in terms of, shrapnel running, but their NFTs not running. And then something's going to come out with their NFTs later this month, probably, which ends up closing in that arbitrage opportunity. So I've sized in a couple shrapnel operators. We'll see what ends up happening there. But yes, shrapnel's done its thing. You know what else has done its thing? Oh my, Big Time has done its thing. Big Time's up 30%. And Big Time is up 266% over the past month. This is a shocker. I'm going to cover this more as we go. Let's put our focus back on the news that's here today. So GameSwift entering a new centralized exchange. It's on BitGet. GameSwift is actually the top performer. No, it's not. Oh my. Playable took over again. It's right there. It's neck and neck right now between GameSwift, Playable, for the top gainer of our top crypto gaming portfolio from last month. I am going to be updating this one. You know, there are obvious ones that I need to update. For example, like Merit Circle, and probably some of the picks here for top 10 crypto games for this month. I'm sure there's better arbitrage opportunities, and there's a lot of coins that I'm looking at. A lot of coins that are going to be launching as well this month that I have a very, very keen eye on, that I'm absolutely going to be sniping post-launch. We'll see how that ends up going for me. But yeah, GameSwift right now has run up a lot. I'm actually reaching out to GameSwift, seeing if they want to be on the channel later this week. That would be awesome if they end up doing that. If anybody knows the GameSwift people, tell them they need to be on here or else. But yeah, so GameSwift getting a lot of exposure. A lot of these crypto gaming studios / platform SDKs are giving opportunities for people in the markets right now because they've been undervalued for 3 billion years at this point. Alex Becker was contacting Bloodloop. Oh, I love that. Keep telling him to do that. You're bullish on Super. I mean, who isn't bullish on Super? Super ran up like crazy. This thing's up 48% on the day. Who isn't bullish on that? So let's go over here from Josh. Josh is actually the co-CEO and founder of Cornucopias. So you shout out to people that love that corn token. Cornucopias. The confluence of these two major trends is coming and will massively accelerate Web3 gaming adoption. There are two trends: the pace of crypto adoption exceeding the pace of internet adoption. Ooh, isn't that interesting? Mainstream game revenue exceeding that of radio, film, and music combined. Gaming is becoming more and more immersive. These two trends, combined with the power of decentralized liquid markets for player-owned assets. Big words. Wow. Let's not be tribalist, but instead support the Web3 gaming ecosystem builders making great things happen. Shouting out a bunch of different games. I love this guy. Look at this. Shouting out Neo Tokyo, Shrapnel, Illuvium, GALA Games, Claymates, 𝐒𝐞𝐬. I don't know what 𝐒𝐞𝐬 is. Star Alice and Cornucopias game. Let's click on 𝐒𝐞𝐬. I'm going to follow that. Okay, I'll figure that out later. But here it is. The technology adoption curve. We are here. We are doing better. Wow, check that out. Got 2x on Big Time. Oh yeah, I've been covering Big Time on the channel quite a bit. We took a really good amount of profits on our NFTs somewhere around a month ago. So I missed on a lot of this pump, but I'm very happy with the profit that I got because I think it was around a 4 to 5x from where we initially held. Obviously, you know, I probably could have gotten more at this point, but you got to be happy about a 4 to 5x. Come on, you got to be happy. Thousands of dollars going into your wallet. But yeah, no, we're doing really good on this logarithmic scale of technology adoption. We're growing so much faster than the internet. That could only be a good thing. Let's talk about Dami. And the reason I want to talk about Dami Online is because of their development node. Now, this is an MMORPG being built on Avalanche. Obviously, you know, it's not the most sexy game in the world. This is, you know, an indie game development studio building out a game. Not a big, you know, budget to build out this game. But I really like the fact that they went ahead and, you know, talk through everything that they ended up adding into the game. As a person that often looks at crypto games, most of the time they don't like explaining what they actually added. They just hype people up and then just throw it in there. But Dami Online went ahead, talked about everything. The transparency is there and something that we need more crypto games to do. So big shout out to Dami Online. They're doing things right. I don't own any Dami. I should probably own Dami, I know, but yeah, I just wanted to shout them out because they're actually doing things right. A lot of people are not doing things right. More bullish on Merit Circle or Prime. Beer Noob. Okay. I am more bullish on Merit Circle. Well, okay. Merit Circle is Beam, okay? Let's just put that out there. I'm more bullish on Beam than I am on Prime only because that infrastructure is going to be used by pretty much everybody. They also have the backing of Merit Circle. So, you know, Beam's going to kill it. Beam's going to kill it. Dami made by the same guys from RuneScape. I know. So, I love what they're doing, the transparency, just like RuneScape. It's the same thing. So, 𝐒𝐬𝐬 over here. 𝐒𝐬𝐬 is a great person if you're looking for information on the Star Atlas ecosystem. They talked about the ship prices, which have continued to rise. NFTs in the crypto gaming space are skyrocketing. Look at this. The percentage increase from September 21st to November 25th. All of these are up a ton. Well, maybe in like this one's down 4%, this one's down 6%. But look at this. The Calico MedTech is up 190%. ridiculous numbers from the Star Atlas ecosystem. You could see the double XS and the XS ships going up in price over time. So a lot of people are hyped about Star Atlas. Star Atlas has been a key runner in Solana. Both tokens have ran. You couldn't go wrong with either one of them. Obviously, one of them went more than the other one. It is what it is. People are very hyped for that. The transparency was what they claimed, but people aren't able to test the product. That's fair. That's fair. Very fair. But that's with like a lot of games in general. You either got the transparency of letting people play the game with persistent playtests, which is what The Walking Dead Empires is doing, or you choose this where you just show people the progress that has happened, but you don't necessarily let them try it out the entire time. So you got both ways on this. So the next one I wanted to show was this. It's Triple T. I don't know too much about Triple T, but I saw this on Yellow Panther's page, and I wanted to show this off because of one very interesting thing that I saw. Oh my god, that's really loud. Do not do that. I'm so sorry. So looking at this gameplay, what does it look to you? I'm giving you a second, by the way. It looks laggy to me, okay? It looks laggy to me. A lot of these crypto games are not well optimized. It's something I figured over the last couple of months playing these games, going through the whole rendition of an early access game. They're not very well optimized. I think one of the big problems that we're going to begin to see in crypto gaming development studios is if they can tackle the actual optimization of their games. If it's laggy, it's laggy. It looks like GTA. Well, it does look pretty cool. It does look like GTA. It's a mobile game too. It's got the whole cops and robbers thing going on, which is interesting. But there's plenty of these different mobile games that people are hyping the heck out of. Obviously, this industry is huge. Look at this. Player spending is set to reach $117 billion. The mobile gaming market is expected to reach $272 billion. Something to note, though, is I believe that Q1 of 2023, which is where we're in 2023, yeah, was one of the first negative quarters for the mobile gaming market. So mobile games actually lost money as a cohesive unit in Q1 of 2023, which is really interesting to me because they're still growing, but obviously they're spending a ton of money on marketing, which is getting people to come into these games. So I'm looking into crypto gaming mobile games, but I'm also very keen on seeing how they will optimize to make sure that I'm not lagging, because I keep playing these crypto games that are just lagging 24/7. So for Wednesday's stream, I'm going to be talking about crypto games and whether or not they're making a comeback. This was actually featured on Bankless. Bankless hasn't talked about crypto games in a while. They're one of the top podcasts, if not the top podcast in the crypto industry for Spotify specifically. So I'm looking into them because once they start talking about it, a lot of people are going to start talking about it. We were really early into crypto gaming. Now people in the mainstream crypto part are talking about crypto gaming, which I don't know if that is a good thing, if that's a bad thing, or what it is. But I do want to talk about statistics specifically on how bad crypto games are over Wednesday. So this is one of the plays I want to talk about. This is something I've talked about a couple times on the channel. This is Inspect XYZ. Inspect XYZ, why I'm hyped about it. They are an extension where you could use it on Twitter, just shows you statistics on things, influencers, marketing, NFTs, their prices, everything on Twitter. They're the first layer 2 for X. They are advised, by Alex Becker. They also have a talent over at Beam, as well as Merit Circle, which have joined the circle of strategic partners and investors, as well as 𝐒𝐲 and many other GameFi investors, which have tapped into this. And this is a really interesting play because Inspect is supposed to be this Web 2 layer 2 for Twitter, but a lot of GameFi people are hopping on it. So I don't know if this is going to become the place for GameFi analytics or what, but a lot of people keep talking about it. And talking about 𝐒𝐤-Mavis, I'm going to be making a video about 𝐒𝐤-Mavis and Axie Infinity later today, because a lot of people are kind of bashing the fact that, Axie Infinity, they've got these ego problems and the game died back in 2021. I think personally, in terms of old game studios, they first off have a runway that is enormous. They have so much money. But they've executed the Ronin network flawlessly, in my opinion. They successfully recovered from the North Korean exploit, and they set themselves up for new partners in 2024. I think, personally, that they're a big bet for top crypto gaming tokens. It's a reason I put Ronin on the top crypto gaming tokens for last month. Right now, they're up somewhere around 80%-ish. No, 100%, excuse me. Yeah, they went over that dollar mark. I'm sure at this point that they will go over their all-time highs. That's not even a question for me. But yeah, there's someone that I think will succeed, not because of Axie Infinity, but because of the great games that they've been onboarding. Will continue to onboard. They matured over time, got their act together, something many projects have yet to do. Just like how I'm bearish on Townstar's future and bullish on new game releases with GALA. Will they have tokens in the near future? Shrapnel suddenly pumping out of the blue. What's Shrapnel doing? What's Shrapnel doing? Are my banks pumping? Oh, no, okay, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Everybody knew it was going to pump, though. Like, who sold their Shrapnel when the FUD news came out? I feel bad for you. I feel really bad for you. So let's talk about botting in crypto gaming sales. So Steve Woody, big advocate for, I think he was an advocate for Axie Infinity at some point. Now, you know, he has a bunch of big time assets, talks about it all the time. He talked about the recent Tinker Jackpot mystery box sale that recently just happened with Big Time. This sold out in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. What does that mean to you? Well, that means that it was botted, simply put. So here it is. Play Big Time is experiencing the community backlash, which occurs when they don't look after the players. For a long time, the community have been begging for drops to be limited per account. Putting them behind KYC would help reduce bot sales. Until now, everybody has been proud of the hype that these create, but today was a sour feeling for many. Instant sellouts, obvious botting. Yeah, it's another $2 million in the bank for Big Time, but at what cost? I don't see this as a win today. He loves Big Time, but he wants them to do better. That's interesting. So my opinion on this is that, for one, I agree with him. I do think that if your game already requires KYC to withdraw, which Big Time does, you should have to KYC to be able to purchase these mystery boxes. Simply put. Another thing is there should be a max buy. They know for a fact that they have a ton of people speculating on them. It would be nice to decentralize boxes versus just having them instantly sell out every time and then be filled with a bunch of bots that are going to flip on the community and dump all over them. That's my humble opinion on that one. You know, we'll see where it ends up going from here. But, you know, Steve is still excited for this game. He still thinks that he loves Big Time, but he also thinks that token price has absolutely nothing to do with the quality product. And how does he know? Well, look at Big Time to him. Token price is pumping to all-time highs, yet the game is totally unplayable. Constant lags and crashes for weeks to months. The game has cost him more than 5 figures in crashes alone because he can't go ahead and grab his cracked hourglasses, etc. Very interesting. Very interesting. He wants to play the game, but he can't. And I agree with him. I have tried to play Big Time. There's so much lag. There's so many problems. Obviously, scalability, all these different things are a big issue. You don't buy into a pump like this. You don't buy into pumps like this. That's very, very good observation. You don't do that. Maybe you'll get profit. You know, maybe you'll get lucky. Pixelmon is a great example of something that has pumped a lot over the past couple of days. You could see that their floor went all the way down from, what was this? August 0.3 average. Now it's 1.15 ETH, and now, you know, 1.5 because the floor is at 1.64. It's pumped a lot. There are a lot of GameFi projects that died pretty much, got acquired by a new gaming studio, and this new gaming studio is killing it. You know, Pixelmon is a great example of this. The whole Kevin meme, where Kevin was the most atrocious thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They've changed it. They've gone ahead and killed it. Buy the FUD. Buy the FUD, my friends. But yeah, there's more gaming studios that are doing really good right now. The next one for NFTs that I want to talk about, that we talked about on our last stream, was My Pet Hooligan. I actually talked about the fact that I didn't think My Pet Hooligan was going to stay under an Ethereum floor for a very long time. In fact, I called it in a week. I was wrong. It was less than a week. It was a couple days. There was a huge craze on GameFi projects, partially because of Pudgy Penguins and the Pudgy Penguins hype that has recently happened. Pudgy Penguins, by the way, went from like a 5 ETH floor all the way to over 10. 10 Ethereum is a lot of money. 10 Ethereum is, what is this? $22,927. That's too much money. Too much money. Do you think GTA 6 trailer is going to pump crypto? We're going to watch the GTA 6 trailer right after this. Right after I get through the last stuff here. Because I'm very curious to see what's actually there. It's going to be a big deal for gaming in general. No matter what is mentioned on there. But yeah, so $22,000 for this floor. Pixelmons ended up pumping. What was it? My Pet Hooligan ended up pumping. Another one that ended up pumping was the Wildcard Genesis. If I could look that up. It doesn't even want to pop up. It's on Polygon. Wildcard Genesis went from somewhere around 44 Matic to 0.5 Ethereum. There's plenty of projects that are pumping up the wazoo. What is AOF doing right now? AOF is actually kind of cooling down. They're at 0.6. That's very interesting. So maybe there's a little opportunity there. But overall, crypto gaming projects are pumping like crazy. Tomorrow? Oh, well, if it's tomorrow, oh well. It's all good. We'll look at it tomorrow. There was this thread by CryptoStream, and they were talking about there are so many great games on AVAX that I struggled to research them all. So to get an overview, he grouped them into categories and compared them. For best-looking games, Shrapnel, Off the Grid. Action RPGs, Spellborn, Portal Fantasy. Tactic-based, I don't know what this is, and I still don't know what this other thing is. Esports-focused, Bloodloop, Fableborn. So, what do I take from all this? Well, this gives me a pretty good insight on what people are looking at on Avalanche Gaming. My humble opinion here, a lot of people are very hyped for this game right here. But what if I told you that I am more hyped for this game right here? Why am I more hyped for this game than I am for this game? Very simply put, I think that one game is not focusing on Web3 and the other is not scared of focusing on Web3. Shrapnel is a game that is not scared of talking about crypto gaming. They talk about their Shrap token. They talk about their economy and how it's going to work. They're not scared of talking about Sigma and how their call signs and their operators will be happy and will be made whole. They're not scared of that at all. Off the Grid, however, just talking about a cool game that's going to come out and maybe have some NFTs on it. Do we call that Web3? Are we for that? We are for the Web3 games. We're supposed to call them crypto games. So I'm more bullish on Shrapnel than I am on Off the Grid. If I made a tier list on Avalanche games, I would put Shrapnel on the S tier. If the Shrapnel team is hearing, I just riz you up. You know what to do. But Shrapnel is S tier to me. I think Off the Grid, in my opinion, is a game that looks beautiful, but they're hiding it. I don't care if lots of gamers hate NFTs. You should not be scared of the NFT narrative. There is nothing wrong with having an NFT game. Nobody will hate your game if it is fun. If it's genuinely fun, if your game is bomb, people will not care about the NFT component. It's simply put, look at Counter-Strike Global Offensive. That is a beautiful game that has survived the test of time. It's pretty much NFTs, but not really, because they're FTs. They're fungible tokens. They're produced all the time and pretty garbage overall because of Steam Marketplace fees. I know because I've traded plenty of CSGO skins. That's how I know this. Shrapnel's doing it right. They know what they're doing. They don't need to call it NFTs, but they're not scared of using the technology. Versus games like Off the Grid, I think they're scared. I think they're scared because they don't like talking about it. It's just a little observation I've received. You know, Bloodloop is not scared of talking about tokens. Fableborn is not scared about talking about the fact that they're Web3. Portal Fantasy, not scared. Spellborn, not scared. And I don't know what these games are, so I'm just going to put an X on them. The longevity comes from developing a fun game and then implementing crypto around it. Heck yeah, 100%. The longevity of Big Time is under question. We don't know how long Big Time is going to be around, but we do know for a fact that Big Time is pumping like crazy. And we are a crypto gaming channel that looks for opportunities. So we absolutely got into Big Time. I already sold my Big Time though, so I'm jealous of this 30% pump. I don't want to talk about it. Someone was messaging me from my audience on Discord yesterday. They're like, oh, Big Time's pumping. Big Time's pumping. I'm like, shut up. I sold like a week ago. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, we secured a profit. We're happy. We don't care if the game's going to last 2 seconds. Obviously, I would rather be honest with my audience. I'm not going to tell you, Big Time is going to last for the next 30 years. In this video, we're going to be going over how Big Time is going to get the next 3 trillion gamers into crypto tomorrow. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to see Big Time, maybe not at this dollar, but at $10 over the next week, then feel free to go ahead, smash that like button so we can get more people looking at the algorithm. Listen, I'm not doing that, okay? I'm very honest with people. You know, the sustainability is under question. In terms of MMORPGs, they've got it on lock. Is it going to be sustainable? I don't know. Are they ever going to fix the servers? I don't know. But it's definitely a top pick for me in MMORPGs. It's just, I see some YouTubers that are like, in this video, we're going to be going over why Bitcoin is going to $300,000 in the next week. I'm like, guys, we're at $40,000. I'm hyped for Bitcoin too, but I don't think it's going to $300,000 in the next 7 days. Maybe it could. Anything can happen in this world. Is it likely? No. No, it's not. So Alex Becker, we all know Alex Becker. You can't trade. You're just riding a bull trend. This is fine. Just don't delude yourself. You're a guy at a bar at 2 in the morning and every girl's drunk. Except you're not suddenly good looking. Make the most of it and remember, you'll be ugly when the lights turn back on. What does he mean by this? He means that during the bull, everybody's a genius. Clearly. We are geniuses right now. We are the best traders in the crypto industry. In the bear market, not so much. I was very wishy-washy. I was very profitable some trades, very unprofitable other trades. But I was waiting for the bull market. So my trading strategy had nothing to do with that because we're right most of the time. You always want to trade into markets that you are plus EV. So the expected volatility is on the upside. Most of the time, you will make profit on a bull market. It's a lot easier to trade into a bull cycle, which is why I tell people, like I had a lot of people in my comment section, when I bought GALA back over at the 1.5 cent mark, I've taken profit on a good amount of it. I'm moonbagging whatever's left. I did talk about that on my Twitter, but when we hit that 1.5 cent mark, we were even lower than that. So I bought a little late. It was around here in the pump. I told people that for the most part in the crypto industry, when things turn around, you've got to understand that the first movers are going to be these crypto gaming studios because the crypto gaming studios have been ignored for 3 decades and they're actually building things that haven't existed before. GALA is up 11% on the year, sure. But over the past month, they're up 43%. A lot of different tokens wish they were doing that well. Obviously, we've gotten significantly better plays, which is why you go ahead and look into earlier crypto gaming tokens. A great example of that, we just got a comment, is Playable. Playable just did their OG sale, by the way, so good luck grabbing nodes at a decent price because they are going absolutely parabolic. Where can you buy and sell Playable coins? Very easy. Go to the market section, look at these right here, and look at the volume percentage. It has to be high. Sometimes it's manipulated, but from what I've gathered, MEXC is good, Trader Joe is good. It's a decentralized exchange, centralized exchange. Take your pick. One's easier to use than the other. And that's where the logic comes with everything. Look at Champ. Champ, I have to look a little bit more into. It doesn't look like a Pokemon game. It looks more like those browser games that you would just click and then you would just get yield on it. So I'm not terribly bullish on that, to be completely honest, but maybe I'm just missing something there. Big Time is awesome. Hell yeah, it's awesome. Let's go ahead and give me a second here because I want to show the GTA 6 trailer if that's out. I don't think that's out, though. That should be out tomorrow. The official GTA 6 trailer has been uploaded to Rockstar's channel. GTA 6 got leaked again. Ooh, that is very interesting. Can I see this? Watch trailer 1. Oh, no. They are doing it in 20 hours. All right. We'll wait. We'll wait. By the way, leave questions in the comments below for cryptocurrencies you want me to throw some TLDR alpha at. Thoughts on Dami? I like Dami. I like the concept. I like the team. I like the narrative for Avalanche Gaming MMORPGs. I don't think MMORPGs are in fashion right now. I think that MMORPGs are going to be in fashion at some point, which is the same thing I say about Cornucopias. Like, I think Cornucopias is awesome. I love what they're building, but Dami just hasn't gotten there. Obviously, their token has pumped a lot over the past couple of weeks because of the hype of Alex Becker, Avalanche Gaming, etc. Will it hold? I don't know. It has low volume, so there's always that to look at. But at the end of the day, if they're in Avalanche, if Avalanche pumps, then we know what's going to happen to Dami. We know what's going to happen to Dami. Creo has a wallet for Alex Becker? Do they? What's Creo? How do we look into this? Creo, Alex Becker. Let's look this up. If anything happens here, Alex Becker has a wallet here. A size-fits-all gaming hub for all Web3 applications and services. I don't know anything about this thing. Oh, God. They always hit me with that, like, dubstep rave music that just gets too loud. These crypto gaming studios need to stop doing this. It don't work. The pixel music at the start of my live streams, that works. It works well. I love that stuff. But stop. Prime is a buy. Let's see. So Prime right now is at $7. I know it's at a correction. Oh, it's a $6. $6.80. No. Where is it? Okay, it's a $7.30. Thank you. Thank you, Prime. So, Echelon Prime. This is one of my top picks. We have already gone up a lot. We have already gone up a lot on our Prime position since we first started covering it. I have also already taken profit on my initial position on Prime, so my biased answer would have been you should have gotten in it before. If you're getting in right now, My take, and this is what I tell everybody, first off, do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some dude on the internet that yells a lot, probably a little bit too much. But the answer is that Prime is Echelon Prime Foundation. They've got a lot of backing, obviously. Parallel has been a success. Is it going to be the best trading card game that anybody has ever seen? I don't think so. Likely not. But they do have Colony, an all AI game, which is very interesting as a concept. I do also think that they're not scared of talking about Prime as a token and the syncs that they're doing, which I see as a big plus. I hate these crypto gaming studios that are running away from the Web3 gaming concept, because more and more people are beginning to play NFT games. If you're looking at monthly active users on games worldwide, obviously some of it correlates with token pumps, people wanting to capitalize on that, but there are more people playing crypto games. You don't need to be scared of being a crypto game, and if you are not paying attention to your holders or the people that have your token, then that is not a good thing for your token. It's not a good thing for your token. So Echelon Prime does put a lot of focus on their token, which I do appreciate. If these tokens are supposed to 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x, then why would you care about a 50% correction? Why would you care about a 70% correction? If the token's supposed to 10x, it's supposed to 10x. You'll be profitable no matter what, if it does what it's supposed to do. That's what it is. The market cap is low. Oh, that's the problem. Yeah, I don't like talking about low market cap tokens either, because I did that one time a long time ago, and we kind of pumped the market cap $5 to $10 million. So I would rather not do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pump and dump. That's not good. Not good at all. We learned very quickly. How many shipwreck boxes are you picking up today? Dirty Dan, the answer is, I don't know. What I usually do is I like to wait an hour or two after a sale starts to see if it's going to sell out. If it doesn't sell out, if it doesn't look like it's going to sell out, then I probably won't pick up any boxes. In terms of right now, where my head's at, I'm thinking 5 boxes, 10 boxes would be reasonable. I don't think that's like a crazy number of boxes. $1,500 worth of boxes. The average profit per box is not amazing, but it's also not really taking into account when Mirandus goes into its persistent playtest and when if more people end up paying attention to the GALA Games ecosystem, especially their flagship title. It doesn't look like a bad trade at all. I don't think that the people that are buying Mirandus shipwreck boxes are going to be unhappy, just like I didn't think that people that bought the Diamond NFT mystery boxes on Black Friday were going to be unhappy either. I know people that made thousands of dollars off those boxes. Gala's giving some really good deals right now. I don't know why they're giving the really good deals. They say they're trying to give back to the community. I don't know what the real story is, but the story's there. And if you're going to buy those boxes because you're trying to catch that arbitrage opportunity, go to any of my Gala videos. I've got it on there, plain as text. Click the link, support the channel. All those links track your purchases for like 45 days after you click on them. So that's the easiest way to support me. I don't get sponsored by Gala. People are very confused on the aspect of, are you sponsored by Gala Games? No, I'm not sponsored by Gala Games. Those guys haven't paid me in months. And I'm one of their biggest advocates because I advocate for the community. I'm totally down to roast. I'm totally down to do all kinds of things. I don't care. I will talk about my humble opinions on what's going on within the crypto markets. Had to step away. Did you talk about IMX? What is there to talk about IMX? What did I miss? There's nothing to talk about IMX. IMX is doing what IMX does. They're just existing and just continuing to get more people on their games. Like Ubisoft, which I don't really care about Ubisoft, only because they tried doing something with Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege during the bull market, and they failed miserably. So, I don't really care about the whole Ubisoft thing. Immutable's cool, though. And they know what they're doing. You've got here these dodos. This looks like Illuvium, I think. Yeah, from Illuvium. You've got Metalcore, which I don't know how to feel about Metalcore. Metalcore looks cool, but people have told me mixed things about Metalcore, so I don't have any founded opinions on how hyped I am for the release of this game. I think this is one of those, like, gotta wait for it. But Beam versus IMX, Microsoft versus Apple. Oh, are you sure Beam is the Microsoft? Is Beam the Microsoft versus Apple? I don't see IMX as Apple. I see IMX as the Microsoft. I see Beam as Apple. I see the exact opposite scenario that you're talking about. I think Beam is a lot more focused on quality. I think Immutable is a lot more focused on people just using it. So quantity. Maybe I could be wrong here. But either way, you wouldn't go wrong with Microsoft or Apple. I don't think somebody says Microsoft/Apple, we're really sad. Let's talk about GALA here, fintech. Usually in TradeFi, when companies give something to customers, they need cash flow. They want to get customers from competition. Well, yeah, obviously. GALA needs cash. Every crypto gaming company needs money. Money is never a thing that a crypto gaming company will not need. They will always be selling things on you. The only thing you've got to deduce for yourself is whether or not you will make a profit buying these. Because I made an absolutely killer profit buying loot boxes on Big Time. Killer profit on Big Time. I even opened those. I showed it on Twitter, all kinds of stuff. We had a lot of fun opening boxes on Big Time. We made big bucks. Will we make the same bucks on this? The Miranda Shipwreck box? Debatable. Did I make profit on the Champions Arena boxes? Yes, I did make profit on the Champions Arena boxes. Even despite the fact that I opened 3 rares, I still made a profit. So, will I make a profit off these? Debatable. But even if they need to raise cash, which I'm sure they do, every crypto gaming company needs to raise cash. If I can make a profit off of it, then I'm perfectly fine doing that. I'll support you every time of the day. As long as you make it attractive for me, I will be your biggest supporter. So, let's talk about Superverse. So, this is an Elio Trades coin, pretty much. Superverse, so Superfarm is now Superverse DAO. As the industry has evolved, so has the protocol. Welcome to a new era for the Super tokens. So, they introduced this stuff. They also are building this game called Imposters, which, if Elio Trades is going to be doing a playtest of Imposters, he better invite me, because I actually think that Imposters looks really cool. I cannot believe that Elio Trades, went ahead and created this. Like, he's done a banger job. I would play Imposters. Hot take. Maybe they're a little bit late to this niche and to this, to this trend, because of Among Us. But I would play Imposters every time. If somebody put an option between Imposters and something like Spider Tanks, I would play Imposters. I know that's something crazy to say, but I would play Imposters. I think it's a good game. Staking is live. Stake and earn. Foundation treasury distributions. Voting rights. Solid utility. Pioneering Web3. I have no complaints about Superverse. He's an influencer. He gets it. He knows how to market. S-Fund price in the bull run. Well, we covered S-Fund at less than $1. So right now we're at $2.43. I still think there's a lot of room to run. I see a lot of people talking about S-Fund. To get to all-time highs, just double in price. Is that possible? Yeah, it really is. It really is possible. I could easily see this at $10. $10, easily. Like, that's not even a crazy price prediction for me. That's not a problem at all for me to do a price prediction on. Can you share the details for SantaCon in New York City? I see people dressing up for GameStop, which is awesome. I have no idea. Have you checked Winr? Well, I have heard of it a lot. Have I checked it out? No. Is this one of those Alex Becker narratives that people keep talking about? That's probably what it is. There are a couple GambleFi projects that I'm talking to right now, but they haven't launched yet. Here's the conversation I have whenever I talk to a GambleFi project. Just so you know, I have looked at the analytics on my channel, and a majority of you all are around the 35 to 44-year-old range. I'm 23. I don't know if anybody knew this, but it's a really interesting distinction. I guess I cater to older audiences, or maybe I'm just making crypto gaming content, and we're all old, and we're all buying stuff to hopefully someday be financially independent, which is the goal at the end of the day, right? So when I talk to a GambleFi project, I don't have anything against gambling. Nothing against gambling. I think gambling is one of the most profitable niches in the world. Genius people do casinos. If you're doing something innovative, go for it. Because at the end of the day, people are going to gamble no matter what. They buy lottery tickets. I think lottery tickets are a scam. Do not buy lottery tickets if you're buying them. Maybe you'll win, but the odds of you winning, astronomically low. Crypto people have money due to their age? Maybe. That's probably what it is. But yeah, so my opinion on GambleFi projects is I'm cool with GambleFi if you can make it work, because a lot of these GambleFi projects are trying to do what, let me look this up, what Rollbit did, where they're giving revenue share based on the volume of the token. So this thing's at 16 cents, $500 million market cap. It's had a bit of a correction. It was at 800 million at some point. This is a crazy success. This is 7,689% in a year. This is a success by all means of accords. But Rollbit's also one of the biggest crypto casinos in the entire industry. They're also doing some GambleFi stuff, which is technically GameFi, like the Dual Arena, which is similar to RuneScape. They ended up taking it out. Rollbit ended up adding it, so that's always interesting. There's another crypto game that's also doing Dual Arena stuff, which Dual Arena I think is going to be a big profit generator for Rollbit. Everybody loves the Dual Arena. They're all degens. People spent too much money on RuneScape on the Dual Arena. I know that for a fact. I've looked at, casino I've looked at casino YouTubers with real world cash to spend way too much money on that dual arena. But you know, I look at GambleFi projects. A lot of the ones that I think will be leaders in the crypto gaming GambleFi sector. Hot take, I don't think they're out yet. I don't think they're out yet. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a ton of money that comes in randomly out of nowhere from some of these casinos that have been building in shadows, waiting for a crypto pump. They will release their tokens. They will have more attractive rates. They will be the leaders. Obviously, you know, will they pass Rollbit? I don't think so. Rollbit is a leader. Maybe if Stake comes out and makes a coin for some reason, they'll be a leader. As it stands, though, Rollbit will be the leader. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other coins that come out. This will be a multi-billion-dollar industry, I guarantee you, with the amount of money that they're making. So I'm not scared of GambleFi at all. GambleFi I don't even know is a thing. Of course it's a thing. Think about crypto gaming. Think about what I just talked about in terms of loot boxes. Now, think of the loot boxes and then just put a casino. A slot machine. It's the same thing. You're playing slots when you're buying loot boxes. You're just buying cool, shinier pieces of slot, rewards, which are NFTs. That's all you're doing. It's the same thing as a casino. GameFi, GambleFi, you might as well call it the same thing. A little bit different. One is a little bit more predatory than the other. That's why there's more regulation on it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of the same stuff. The shadowy stuff that appears out of nowhere will be risky and or a rug. My friend, my most profitable trades have been tokens that come out and then they have no price discovery for a little bit. They get that huge price discovery off centralized exchange listings and all those partners that they got while they were building in stealth. Those are my top gainers every time, every single time. Those are the top gainers. So yeah, you know, most people will lose money off of these new tokens that come out, which is the inherent risk behind them. However, those are the highest risk, highest reward plays that you can possibly get into in crypto. Is it degen? Yeah, I would say for sure that's degen. If you were someone that's brand new to crypto gaming, don't even bother with that. Go with this. Go with something very conservative. Go with something that already has a lot of market cap. Go with like a Mutable or something. I don't know. You might not get, you know, a 100x portfolio. I don't think it's possible with IMX. But you sure will be happy. And maybe all you need in life is to be happy. And if that's what it is, go for it. It's all good, young boy. You already know. Eliam Becker's Neo-Tokyo partnership with Siri announced on their Discord today is making Siri skyrocket. I'll see this. I'll be the one to say that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Why do these not update on time anymore? It's the weirdest thing. Yeah, you're right. Wow. What a comeback. What a comeback. They've got some room to go, to say the least, to get back to where they were. Well, I'm wishing them the best of luck. Are people saying Web2 gamers don't have money? Well, I spent a lot of money on Lords Mobile. What they're saying isn't that Web2 gamers don't have money. What they're saying is that Web2 gamers, on average, do not have money. The average Web2 gamer does not have money, which is true. There are plenty of statistics to support this. I have advised for a ridiculous amount of projects at this point in crypto gaming surrounding influencer campaigns. The average Web3 gaming influencer, the revenue numbers in comparison, astronomically different. A Web3 gaming creator will produce significantly more revenue on average than a Web2 gaming influencer could ever produce. It is so different. And that's because Web3 gaming audiences are already accustomed to this, you know, older demographic, usually based in some sort of first world country. Sometimes, you know, you've got Southeast Asia, but that ends up being a minority in a lot of purchasing decisions. However, that's the thing though. You're kind of right? Like Web2 gamers on average are much younger for obvious reasons. Web2 gamers on average have much less money to spend because, you know, they're spending a lot of time playing video games, to be honest with you. And the third thing is that Web2 gamers, you know, they play the game and a lot of the time they don't buy microtransactions. However, those that do get through that first purchase tend to be fairly profitable for gaming companies overall. The average cost per user on mobile games isn't that profitable. It's not that profitable because there's a lot of people that don't spend money on games, which is totally normal. But the average Web3 gamer just is already in their head spending money. So it's just so much easier to rationalize a game that is very upfront about the whole purchase stuff versus a game that's not. You might not get everybody playing your game if you're just Web3, but you will get the people that will spend in your game. And if we're thinking about games as businesses, because games need to make money, Web3 makes a lot more sense, especially with the target market they're trying to target. It makes too much sense. Way too much sense. If I had low capital to deploy, well, if I had low capital to deploy right now, what I would tell you, very simply put, is one, unless you're willing to put a lot of time into the crypto industry, probably you should a little bit bother, but not really bother. You should instead focus on generating more revenue for yourself. It's so much more important to make more base revenue than it is to put $100 into crypto. Your crypto might 10x. You'll make $1,000. I'm so happy for you. Is that going to change your life? Probably not. Is you going from your, I don't know where you live, right? So it could be $100 a day. It could be $1,000 a day. It could be 20. It could even be 10. You know, I don't know what people's living situations are. I used to work a terrible job when I first started. So it is what it is, right? But you know, your first step should always be increasing your base revenue and then worrying about crypto. If your worry is that I have a low amount of capital, should I risk everything into some degen coin and pray and hope that something happens? That's always going to be the answer. Now, if you don't feel like increasing your income and you want to gamble your life away, well, my answer would be that you should have 75% of your portfolio into low cap altcoins and pray. That's what you should be doing. Just pray. Right before you go to sleep, do your prayers and just see if something happens. But the goal should always be to increase your income first so that you don't do something stupid. Because a lot of people do very stupid things during bull markets. They max out their credit cards. Don't do that. Sure, the guy that bought Dogecoin and made up a ton of money, he made this YouTube channel. He's a millionaire Doge guy. By the way, doesn't have millions in Doge. It is what it is. But like, don't do that to yourself. Most people will lose a lot of money doing that. I would rather you increase your income, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, and then maybe with a small percentage of your portfolio, think about this. If you've got, you know, a $100,000 portfolio, if you've got a $10,000 portfolio, we can start talking a little bit. 10,000 is enough. It's enough to go ahead and make a comfortable amount. If you make a 10x off 10K, that's $100,000. That is a good amount of capital in a year. If you make a 25x, 250K, 100x, you're the luckiest person on the planet. You made $1 million. So $1,000, I wouldn't really get up out of bed. I would focus more on myself, on my core skills and beliefs, and find ways to get off my ass to make more money. Because society, it's not kind. It's not kind to us at all. I want to talk to you for a second. Maybe some of you will be interested. You know, I'm 23 years old. I got into crypto when I was 21. When I was 18 years old, I had this big decision to make. And that decision was, what did I want to do with my life? I had a huge friend group, and my parents, you know, Latinos, they have this mindset of you have to go to school, you have to get your degree, and forcibly so, you need to do something with your life that we have already done comfortably so. When I hit 18, though, I decided instead I am going to do something stupid, and I'm going to work at a 5-star hotel. So I ended up working at a 5-star hotel while I was going to school. The hours were ridiculous. I was working 12 to 16 hours per day. I was going home at 5 in the morning. It was insane. But I figured that I would much rather work somewhere that I could generate real capital versus somewhere that maybe it's like a McDonald's or maybe it's a Walmart. What people normally do for first jobs. And then, you know, I'll just hope something happens. Instead, I knocked on every single hotel that I could. And I figured it out. I figured out how I would get a job there. So that was my strategy there. But at some point, I kind of figured to myself, I don't feel like doing that anymore. You know, I don't feel like succumbing myself to something that will make me a good amount of capital, but doesn't really advance my life in any meaningful way. I was getting my degree, and I asked my economics professor one question that was the question that determined the rest of my life so far. And the question was, how do I apply economics to the stock market? It's a very simple question. And I know a lot of you will go, well, there's so many obvious reasons and so many obvious ways that you could put microeconomics into things like businesses and companies. But my professor didn't know how to answer that. My professor did not know how to answer that. You know, he just went, you know, I don't even own a lot of stocks. You know, this is mostly for like, if you're trying to work for a you know, company or a business. And I was like, this is a professor. This is someone that people see as a higher individual in terms of knowledge in a certain industry. Am I trying to learn to get a degree just to work for someone else? Is this what I'm trying to do? So after that day, I pretty much said, screw it, I'm done, right? And I got into crypto, I got into the stock market, I figured it out myself, I got the experience, I lost a ton of money, made a lot of money along the way. I will tell you that you do not get rich off of one play. The whole narrative that people go in that you need to just get 100x is usually not the case. If you're trying to be consistent with what you're doing, you will not have 100x. Maybe you'll get lucky enough and you will. There's plenty of people that have gotten lucky, but there's billions of people that have not gotten that lucky. And you'll have to come up with a consistent strategy that will inevitably be created because of you, because you decided to get into the crypto industry, and because you decided to throw money into this, lose money, get scarred, get PTSD pretty much, right, from trading these cryptocurrency coins, and overall just molding your own life in your own way. The narrative of you need a mentor and you need all these different things is true to some extent, but you need to be the person that gets out there and has the confidence to get into an industry as early as it is and figure it out. Figure it out is my slogan for everything that I've done. You need to figure it out. If you don't figure it out, you will not know what you're doing. You will simply listen to other people. Like, for example, me telling you about Immutable X. You should never take anything I say as a gospel, as something that you should do. Because first off, I'm wrong plenty of times. And second thing, you are a human being with your own philosophies on trading and your own philosophies on how things should be done. If you do not feel comfortable getting into this stuff where it is right now, you should not force yourself because other people are looking into it. You should instead take the time to really absorb everything people are telling you and learn how this works. Because if you learn how this works, you will be significantly more capital intensive than someone that doesn't know, because you will be profitable. You will make sense of it. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people. The whole thing where, oh, I got to get this NFT mystery box and this crypto gaming thing, and oh my god, it's a Ponzi scheme and it's stupid. I hope it's stupid for you, because if it wasn't stupid for you, then I wouldn't be able to make anything off of the opportunity cost of you possibly getting into this. The entire idea is that people are too scared to get into this industry, and so I'm getting into this right now because I know for a fact that I've spent the last 2 years of my life obsessing 8 to 10 hours every single day. I mean, I have dark circles on my eyes because of the fact that I've spent so much time in this industry talking to people every single day. In fact, after this stream, I'm going to talk with 5 different crypto gaming founders that I'm trying to figure out what they're doing and how I can help them, and so many other things. And that's just today. There's so many different things. Tomorrow, I'm talking to Inspector Mindblow, a crypto gaming YouTuber. He knows what he's doing. He knows technical analysis. So absolutely, I'm going to showcase this off to my audience. Thursday, I've got Mega Weapon. They are founders which took millions of dollars in risk to get into this industry, and it's paid off for them. They got into Beam, they got into Avalanche. There's so much information to be had here, but at the end of the day, you need to take all this information and morph it into your own story, because your story is what matters. You do not need to copy other people's stories. I had this deal come in through. It was this centralized exchange. I won't name it because out of respect, right? But they went ahead and said, oh, would you like to do copy trading? We'll pay you a certain amount of money every single month for you to literally just do copy trading, tell your audience about it. I don't do copy trading. The reason I don't do copy trading is because I don't want people to copy my trades. I want people to figure it out themselves, what they should be doing. I want you to lose money because I lost a ton of money when I started. I want you to figure out the pain, the suffering, everything in between, so you can get out of it someone that has learned something. And once you've learned it, then you'll be profitable, and then you'll see that other side. It could take you a year. It could take you 10 years. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Once you figure it out, you will sure as hell be happy that you took the time to actually do something that other people were too scared to get into. So that's my take on it. First bull market, you lose. Second, you win. Absolutely, sir me. Absolutely. You learn by falling on your face. Yes, exactly. Buy while others are fearful. Yes, but also, don't be stupid either. Don't buy into a meme coin just because someone said that it was going to 3 million X tomorrow. And then, people said, oh, but the charts are looking good. And this is great. Amazing. I love this. But yeah, this is something I'm very passionate about, as you can see. And this is why I cover crypto gaming. This isn't something stupid like, these people that are making these crypto gaming channels that are like, oh, but I'm just going to be here for a year and then I'm gone and then I don't care. I used to play games obsessively. I was 4 years old when I first played my first video game. It was Lineage 2. If you know, you know. Garena, I love it. Lineage 2 was a big part of my childhood. I was a heal bot for my brother, but I learned about in-game economies. Real-world trading on Lineage 2 existed even back in 2004. So leading into where we are in our generation with Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction and, you know, things like Diablo 3, which came out with its auction house, and games like Arcade, which had an Arc Pass that people manipulated the price of those little Arc Pass tokens. So many different things, so many examples of real-world trading that you can use from Web 2 games that directly apply to Web 3. Direct application. The way a Web 2 game works, a lot of it has to do with in-game economies. People won't say this, but in-game economies function most economies. That's how it works. If people want to buy and sell this item, they're going to be more hyped for a game. They're going to be that much more loyal to a game. That's why Web3 gaming people in communities are so loyal to their games, because once you buy a $100 asset, you want that gaming studio to succeed. It's a big reason why I'm so bullish on crypto gaming nodes, because I know for a fact that if I spend $5,500 on a node, I want that gaming studio to succeed, right? Versus if I just got into the game and then, you know, it is what it is. I played for a couple hours. I'm out of here. Free to play game. I love it, but you know, it is what it is. You don't really care about them. You build an army of people that care about you when you have a crypto gaming node ecosystem. And that applies to a lot more things than just crypto gaming nodes. It's PFP collections. It is, you know, different pieces of utility. It's land gameplay. It is just owning the token in general. You know, people, token maxis will go all over you, which I love. I love having token maxis. Conversations behind it, always wonderful to have. But yeah, you need to focus on one thing. You need to learn that thing. You need to go through the pain of learning it. And you need to just kill it. You need to kill it. You need to absorb as much information as you can right now, because time is running out. Simply put, we don't have a lot of time left. Bitcoin is at $41,000. The all-time high, this chart doesn't even look bad anymore. You know, earlier last year, it was starting to look pretty ugly. And then when we got to 2023, this was bad. It was very bad. I had so many friends come out to me and say, you know, you're stupid for pretty much being here still. They're like, you're so crypto? That's crazy. You know, what? I got out of this thing. I lost $10,000 or I lost $40,000. And I'm like, no, I know this is coming back up. You know, like, I have conviction. I'm willing to risk my entire life for this to work out. And boom, there you go. 41,000. There you go. There you go. But yeah, that's my little rant on crypto gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed it. My first gaming experience was Nintendo's Super Mario Brothers. Ooh, that game was the bomb. I used to try to do speedruns on it, skip to World 4 and all those different things. I wasn't very good at speedrunning because I was very young when I played it on my Nintendo. I have nothing against, you know, Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers is something I feel like if you made it into a multiplayer game, it could work out. I don't have anything against it. It could work out. It could be interesting. Like it's kind of like Fall Guys in a way. You could see Super Mario Brothers like Fall Guys, which is why I think Fall Guys is so successful. It's like, think about a Super Mario Brothers world and then limit the amount of people that can win to give you that scarcity factor and just put a lot of people on it. That's essentially what Fall Guys was, which is why I think it was so successful. You should do an info video for people new to crypto. The example, Twitter followers can be bought, Telegram channels can be scammers. Yeah, so a good example of this would even be like my Twitter, for example. Like we have, I would say, 117,000 followers, which is a lot of followers. It's a lot of followers by all means. Our engagement though, you know, it's not that crazy. We don't get the craziest engagement in the world. A lot of people don't realize that when these bull cycles are happening, you get these crazy follower numbers, which don't really end up meaning anything. What actually matters is the amount of people that are interested in your content. A great example of this would be our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has 21,000 subscribers or something like that. But our engagement, you know, compared to most of the crypto gaming YouTubers that have 100,000 subscribers, we get way more. Way more. But it is what it is. Like, it's part of being in the crypto industry. You're gonna get fake followers. No matter what I do, people are just going to follow me for the many reasons. Like, if I go to my analytics, we got 3,000 followers for 602,000 impressions. That's, you know, that's weird. It is what it is. But overall, if you're providing quality, you know, if you're doing your thing, the fundamentals will catch up eventually, which is, you know, what we're betting on. That's why we have, you know, 21,000 subscribers and our channel is doing what they're doing. So that's going to be the conclusion of this live stream. Tomorrow, I am going to be talking to Inspector Mindblow, awesome YouTuber. He has a lot of insight on the top crypto games. I think you're going to find it really useful. We're going to be live same time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Love you too, Coin Operated. Don't forget about us. I won't forget about you. Don't worry. Don't forget. C-Money. How do you think I could forget? There was this guy that followed me since 5,000 followers. His name was Peter Murphy or something like that. And I still remember him. He still comments every now and then. I love that guy. Do you do gaming streams? Maybe. But people are more interested in this right now, so we're kind of covering that. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's been really excited. We're going to have a lot more people on the channel. There's so much more we need to do. That's going to be the conclusion of this live stream. Thank you all for joining, and we have 150 viewers. I didn't even tell you guys to like the stream or anything. I guess do that right now. And until the next time, I'll see y'all later. See y'all tomorrow.